Hello, my name is Vanessa Fortunato, my maiden name. I want to go by.
How did you feel while your kids were in ACS custody? And how long were they gone, and what did you do to try to get them back?
I, f- I just felt alone while my kids were in ACS custody. I always felt worried because they were not with family, people that I know. They were in custody for about 4.5 years. I did everything under the sun. I did two of everything that they asked me to do as far as counseling, domestic violence classes, parenting classes. I did other classes for my son, child welfare, dealing with kids who have mental illness. I did classes like that. Um, I just did everything extra to just try to do whatever I can to get them back.
Can you describe what your family court experience was like?
Me being in court for 4.5 years, going back and forth to court every month, was a constant trauma. Um, to go to court every month and just hear what an imperfect parent that you are, and to just hear what an unfit mother you are. Um, um, just no help, no resources, and just the judge always believing what DSS had to say. If I was doing good, I must be doing good, right? If I was doing bad, it was like I must be doing bad, and like we're all human, and I just felt attacked. I felt targeted. Um, it was just a bad experience overall. Just hearing everything negative, nothing positive. It was just always negative.
Can you describe your experience with the agency or the foster care caseworkers?
Yes, my caseworker was promoted while on my case, so that was conflict of interest. I felt like the case manager on my case was promoted on my case, and was my case manager, but ended up becoming my son's counselor, which was conflict of interest, which I never seen before. I never seen me have one caseworker on my case for about 4.5 years. Where in New York City, I had like three different caseworkers within 6 months, and I just felt the inequality. I just felt the racism. I just felt how I was treated differently, and I was always told to like just be quiet and just comply. And I always corrected everything that they asked me to do. And every time I went to court, it was just another concern, another problem, another issue. It was just always something.
What was it like for your children when they were in custody?
One time, my kids came to a visit, and my daughter had worms in her sippy cup. Now, if it was me, I would have been. I just felt like I would have been treated differently. But because she was with a foster mother that was white, I felt like she got just got a pat on her back, and just a warning, whereas I would have been targeted for that. My kids will complain about missing me and wanting to come home, and just not liking, because they're not used to being with a Caucasian family, them not seasoning their food properly. So my kids were not happy. Just seeing my kids in that condition of them being ashy and their hair not being done really bothered me.
So, what would you say to ACS about your experience if you can speak to them directly?
I would tell them that they failed tremendously. I would tell them that all families belong together. There was no solution, there was no real resources. In my case, um, I would tell them that me raising my daughter is a prime example of me being a great mother. And I would tell them, how can I raise one child and not all of my kids? How am I a good enough parent to raise one of my kids but not all of my kids?
What would you say to other parents who are going through this process?
When I started this process, I knew about ACS kidnapping kids and the corruption. However, I had a mindset of, well, it's not me, so why should I intervene? Why should I get involved? I want to tell parents, don't wait for it to be you. Don't be like me. Don't be like me in my situation, where I could have got involved and I could have been with Rise and JMAC families and protesting and really set an example and really helping families and being a parent advocate and having that parent leadership and knowing my laws and just I just want to tell the parents, just don't wait for it to be you. Get involved now.
Is there anything else you'd like to say?
I would just like to say thank you, Chris Grant, for being involved in this film and Never Can Say Goodbye. It was very touching. It really brought back a lot of memories of me being in jail for 30 days, but it felt like months. And I just want to thank everybody that was involved in the film. I definitely want to be more involved. I just want to get my word out. And I see that maybe other people might see this as being small, but I see this as being big. And this is big for me. Me getting my story out was very healing. And I want to thank everybody involved. I just want to give a shout out to all my kids, since the foster parent won't be able to let me see my kids or speak to my kids. I just want to tell my kids that I love you guys. Zion, Isis, Love, and Zuri. I love you guys. If anybody has ever told you that I don't love you, I love you, and I'm still here fighting for you. And I can't wait to see you guys and be reunited with you guys.